Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of Running Hawk. Battle started. Well, I said we'd be featuring some battles with Running Hawk, and yep, we've got a few lined up already. Now, the M44. It's a 155mm howitzer mounted on a Walker Bulldog's chassis. And, well, it's quite powerful because it's got a very fast fire rate, 16.08 seconds per shot. And Running Hawk hasn't decided to move very far away from the spawn point, and he's aiming towards the railway line at the centre, expecting the enemy tank to come into sight over there as soon as our guys get close enough to the centre line. And he's also having a quick look over on the other side. We've got a Bulldog in the bushes there, so he's going to spot stuff a long way away. Now, the other good thing about the M44 is it's got a very wide arc of fire, and the reason for that is the gun, the howitzer, is actually mounted on a swivel bracket within the vehicle, and that means that the vehicle doesn't actually have to move to aim at some targets. All it needs to do is you just pivot the gun around and then lock it in position and then fire, and that makes it much more simple to get the gun onto targets without having to get the rescue dialed in again. But he's moving it quite wildly at the moment because there's targets over quite a wide field there. He's aiming for a TS5, an American Tier 8 premium tank destroyer. First round's out, and well, there is a Black Dog. That's the German version of the Walker Bulldog with a 90mm gun. It's the premium Tier 8, and that's a direct hit on the TS5. Now there's a KV2 just ahead of him. This is a Tier 8 battle. He's Tier 6 Arty, so he's going to earn extra XP. And over on the other side of the battlefield, we've got a 45 TP coming up right to the edge. Just took a massive hit from the Scorpion G, and looks like he has been taken out of the game by our Burt. Meanwhile, that Black Dog is causing a bit of a problem for our Walker Bulldog, and well, he went over this centre line there, and I think he lost some hit points doing that. We fire at the Black Dog and get a direct hit for 215. That teaches him a lesson. Come over to our side of the map or entice one of our guys to come over, and we will fire one back at you. Okay, M445, French Tier 7 heavy, rounds out. Well, that looked like a near miss because another shell from the Burt landed on the target directly. We're going for the Super Hellcat, almost ready to shoot. He's probably in that bush for cover. Rounds out. Oh yes, two shells went in there at the same time, and we didn't get any results, but I suspect there was an enemy tank in there. I think it may have been the Super Hellcat was hit, and there's definitely somebody in there. And we track damage the VK, and he took damage afterwards as well. Okay, so we're moving from one side of the map to the other to keep up the fire, and there's that Super Hellcat. He's backing away now, right up against the edge of the map, which will slow him down. Instead, we're going for the M445, and we've lost sight of him. I think you're slightly to one side. Running Hawk got distracted there for a moment. Okay, he's looking over to the other side of the map again. And he's going off to that TS5. Now, that's an old spotting there. And there's a more recent one. That is the Black Dog on the centre line, but he's ignoring it. He's going straight for that 40 TP. Instead, we're looking over on the west side of the map because our guys are making a push forward. That Black Dog's he's a one shot. He's a splash kill. Oh, we lost the 40 TP. And yeah, that Black Dog's trying to run away, or is he? No, he's doing circuits because he's spotting. Trying to get a lead shot on him, but we've lost sight. The E25's moving over. He should spot him very shortly. Okay, there he is. Now line him up and get a shot, and the E25 gets him. But over there on the other side, by the railway crossing, is the Super Hellcat, and he's just taking shots at our E25, which means he's stationary, and that means we can get an accurate shot on him. And Well, that's 48 hit points, but the fellow Arty also on our team, the S51, manages to get a direct hit and takes the Super Hellcat out of the game. Up on top of the hill, we've got the M445 again now. Running Hawk aimed behind him, thinking he was going to pull back, but he didn't. He pulled forward instead. It happens. I wouldn't worry about that because enemy tanks, sometimes they're very good at foxing you about what they're going to do. You aim thinking they're going to pull back and then they suddenly pull forward at the wrong moment. Rounds out on him. Oh, direct hit on that occasion. And you can see some other shells hit him because there were some shells that flew in and stopped all of a sudden, so we know they hit the target. Waiting for the spot from the Tiger P. There he is. Rounds out straight away and only stuns him. But the kill goes in, so we picked up the stun assist. Now going for that Hellcat, not the Super Hellcat, but the ordinary Hellcat. He's going back down the slope. Rounds out straight away. Don't know how much damage that did, but the Tiger P is very low on hit points and it would only take one 90mm round to take him out of the game, and well, he's being fired on by the enemy Arty. Now let's hope he can get to those bushes to conceal his position. I think he's going to try and get sightings of the enemy from the hill. E25's waiting in that bush. Of course, the E25's got great camo capability, so he's probably sitting there waiting for something that the Tiger P spots. There's got to be some Arties down here somewhere. I would have thought so. At least one. There's nearly always one who'll go into the bush, and there's the Hellcat making a run for it. Lining up a shot. Rounds out. Looks good. Bit late on the aim though. And yeah, it falls behind him. And he dives over the line as quickly as he can to get into the bushes. Hopefully he'll try and poke up onto that railway line and we can get another shot into him. Running Hawk fires in his where he thinks he was going. He's waiting for Tracer. Anything that will give an indication of where the enemy Arty is. But no joy. The Scorpion G is moving down the other side of the railway track, so he should be able to proximity spot the Hellcat when he spots him. If that Hellcat stuck around, and I suspect he probably did. It'll be somewhere just on the other side of the railway line. Oh, an Arty kill there from the FV304. He found the M44, fired around into him. Scorpion G's trying to crest the railway line. Hope he doesn't get hit by the Hellcat. Well, he didn't get hit by the Hellcat, which kind of indicates to me that I was wrong and the Hellcat did leave this area, and he's probably made his way over to the west side of the map. Okay, well, now what is Running Hawk going to do? Well, one of the reasons why he's crossing the railway line at the moment is very likely that the enemy is coming up the west side of the map. But we've now spotted the TS5 and the Scorpion on the west side at the south end of the map, so maybe they didn't come north after all. They do have a large force still alive. 7 enemy tanks out there, and we've seen 3 of them. We don't know where the Hellcat's gone. The S51's a very slow Arty, so him staying in that position, well, I can understand that. He probably doesn't want to move, simply because he's quite happy in that spot. But, of course, if the enemy does move north, then he's going to be the one that sees them first and gets wiped out. The E25 is over on the west side of the map at the moment. He might be enough to spot the enemy and give the S51 something to fire at and save his life. Well, it's gone very quiet. I don't think the enemy can make up their mind what to do, because they must be able to see some of our guys. They must be able to see our guys, and they're just either not firing or... The E25's in the bushes, that's for sure. The IS-3A is over the ridge line. The FV-3804 is in the... Oh, and the E25 got killed. Scorpion G got him. Oh, I just saw a tracer. So, yeah, enemy Arty. And that's one of them out of the game. The FV-304. Leo next. He's on the move. Takes fire and he's gone. The 110's on the move. It looks like they all came out the moment the cap was being capped. 110. Rounds out, and long flight time. He missed that one. He didn't give enough lead. Needs to get it right on this one. Just enough lead to hit the target. That looks about right. It's a long range though. It's a bit short now. Rounds out. Well, the 110's down. So there's only four left on the enemy team, including one of their Artys, a Lorraine 15550. So now we can move south. The closer we get to the enemy, the shorter the reaction time on enemy spots. He doesn't need to be up this end now. And the S51, well, he's perfectly safe where he is. So my original worries that he would be the recipient of an enemy tank are unfounded, I think. Looks like the enemy decided to stay in the southwest corner of the map, and as a consequence they're going to pay for it. TS5, very slow tank destroyer, and he gets wiped out. The Hellcat's been spotted. Go to the aim, dialing in, he's gone. That means there's only two left, the Scorpion G and the Lorraine 15550. That's the TS7 French SPG. And we're capping. I think that's actually more to draw the enemy out and say, come on, fight. Oh, they got a reset. Or did they? No, I think it's just the Scorpion G pulled out of the cap. And Running Hawk is getting very close to the cap. So I suspect that what he'll do is he'll get in to try and force them to come out and get a reset on him. There's our FV-304. He did get killed. Oh, Scorpion G's been found. He's dead. That means there's only one enemy left. It's the Lorraine. There he is. Dialing in the aim. And he goes down. And that's the end of the battle. So let's have a look and see how he got on in this game. It's an Ace Tanker for Running Hawk in the M44. It was a tier 8 battle and he was hitting tier 8 opponents, and he was doing enough damage to make it the Ace Tanker. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17 in that one, and he got a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And it's so many enemies, you have to scroll the map in order to see how many they actually did hit. Let's have a look at the win 8 hits. 3,278, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't do the highest damage in the game. No, not by a long chalk. In fact, the highest scorer was the Scorpion G on the enemy team. He picked up a high caliber for 3,181 hit points of damage. The Scorpion G on our team managed 3,104. After that, it was their TS5 with 2,908. And then the IS-3A with 2,414. And yep, he did get the next highest damage, so he's 5th on damage. 1,792 hit points of damage for Running Hawk. he did get that Confederate. When it came to kills, well, he's a long way down the table because the TS5 managed 4 kills, the Burt managed 3. There's a number of tanks who managed to get 2 kills apiece, and Running Hawk only got the 1 kill. But when it came to base XP, yeah, he got the highest amount because he was hitting high tier opponents. 1,146 base experience points, enough for an Ace Tanker, 940 for the Scorpion G, 876 for the IS-3A. He fired 17 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 1 penetration, 14 splash. Damage of 1,792 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 1, and 74 hit points of damage assistance and 900 hit points of stun assist of 13 stuns, and got 10 cap points while he was capping. On a premium count, he earned 45,599 credits, got 72,800 from Holiday Ops, total 118,399, and after resupply of ammunition, took away a massive profit of 109,814 credits. He got 1 bomb for the Confederate and 1,719 XP, times 5 for the first victory, got 8,595 experience points altogether. What a great game there for Running Hawk. Yes, he certainly had a good game on this occasion and a nice little ace. And of course earned a whacking great huge amount of credits from these battles. Yes, this was during Holiday Ops. This one was actually on the day before New Year's Day, so on the day before the last day of the year, I should say. And yes, he was taking full advantage of the Holiday Ops to earn masses of credits and lots of experience for his crew. So well done. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.